Hello, my name is Caden, and today I'm going to show you how to get to the blower motor resistor and how to replace it. So basically we'll just get right in it. Now the first thing you want to do, now this is kind of optional. You can unhook the negative battery terminal if you want. I'm not going to because I want to keep my trip odometer not reset. You're really not dealing with that much electrical. You just got to unplug it is all. I've undone my blower motor toggle switch wiring. I undid that first. So the tools you're going to need are socket wrench, an extension. Doesn't quite have to be this long, but it helps. 10mm socket, also a 7mm socket, and then a little pry bar or a flathead screwdriver. So basically we'll get right into it. So you need to remove this plastic piece. There's a 10mm bolt here, and then there's one inside there somewhere. I don't know if you can see, but there is one inside there. You got to remove it, and we'll remove this plastic piece. Now these shouldn't be very tight at all. That one already started moving, and so I'm going to undo the other one and pull this little cowl off here. Alright, now that we have that out of the way and set aside here, hold on to these, of course. Now next thing we got to do is we got to get some of this out of the way. Now there's another 10mm nut, and then there's another 10mm nut. Now these might actually be 11mm, so let me confirm that. These are 11mm actually, so my apologies. You will need a 10 and an 11mm. So we're going to remove those two nuts, and then we're going to pull this out of the way. Our blower motor resistor is actually down there. There's two plugins that go to it, but I'll show you more of that when I get a little more room. Now that I have the two 11mm nuts off, you can pull this down out of the way, and now here is your blower motor resistor. Now there's two plugins. One of them doesn't have them now, but you see that little white tab? You need to pry that out before you can unplug it. Now typically there's one on that one too, and then I like to use my little pry bar and lift up on the tabs for the plugs. I want to unplug them, and then we're going to remove the 3 bolts that hold it down, and that's where we'll use our 7mm socket. So I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, now we got these things unplugged. So there's our resistor. So it's that bolt there, and then that bolt up in the top. Not those little one. Not the little one. There's 2 little ones. You don't touch those. So we'll remove those 3 with our 7mm. And then I use a little pry bar to get under the plastic there, and then you'll just pop it out. And I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what our part looks like. That is the blower motor resistor here. Yep. And then in this bag, imagine that, I have another one. And I'm gonna hope that this one works. And I can see that they are the same. And this one still has the tab on it. This one broke off, I guess. Probably the first time I checked it. That's my bad. Basically, I'm replacing these because I have power going to the plug going into the resistor, but I am only getting about a volt out of it into the actual blower plug. So I'm assuming this resistor is bad. I paid 10 bucks for that and an oil pressure sensor and a couple ashtrays, so I'm not even gonna complain too much if it doesn't work, and I can't return it anyway. So we just need to go like this. Now remember the way the plugs were facing, and then the holes will line up too. You just got to move some things around and get it back in there. It's of course harder with one hand, but once I get everything pulled back, there we go. It fell down in place. And now we just got to get our 3 screws back in and tighten them down. Installs the reversive removal. Alright, so the new resistor is in and plugged in, and I put this back on. Now the only thing you have to do is reconnect these 2 wires and turn the fan on, or the climate control unit on from inside, and we're gonna hope that it works. Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can hear that, but we now have a working fan with the climate control. However, the blend door, for some reason, doesn't like to do the upper vents on the cold side, which could be an issue when I get air conditioning going. But it could also be because there is no AC. I don't know. If we turn it up past 75, we go to 80. Start opening the hot door. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is going to be super hot. I wonder if it finally just quit working. Because yeah, now it's blowing out the upper. So if I do like bi-level, should come out of the vents too. Defroster, floor, no vents, even on the cooler side. Gotta hold it down. All right. I feel a little bit. I'm sure there's some blend door issue. I'll look into it later, but I'm super happy we have a working fan now. When I turn it off, it turns off. That is super awesome. Well, anyway, I'm gonna put that plastic cowl back on. I'm sure you guys can handle that on your own. But yeah, if your fan's not working through that, it's more than likely your resistor. And I was right in that case. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.